Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Positively Glad, and we are back again with, well, the first loud commentary with good internet in fucking ages. We're back, and it is time for RRL Drivers' Championship Revolution Racing League Season 9, Round 3. We are at Bahrain. Unfortunately, the top dog here, Turtles, of course, who is leading the championship, is not currently available today due to some form of family incident. I don't know what's exactly happened. I've just been kind of fed the information. So we are going to be racing today with 16 drivers. I believe that Beer is not actually here either, or Snoop. So Turts, Beer and Snoop are not available currently, and this is where we are currently at then, folks. We are at Bahrain, round number 3. One of my bogey tracks, it must be said. Not really been too good around this place. And this is ironically a whole year since, or a whole season, or a whole calendar round since I've done this. This was the first ever Grand Prix for RRL I did. Please make sure you drop me a like if you haven't already done it. And follow the Twitch channel, of course, if you are here tuned in live to watch what is going on today. And also, give me a second, mute that because I sound like a fucking idiot. And also, as well, guys, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more. Obviously, my life circumstances have changed significantly, so you'll find that I may not be on as much as I was. So obviously, these streaming things, you're just going to have to take full advantage. You see Lenny activity in Lenny's pit. Big Stu. It's rare for Big Stu to kind of go out really early. Maybe they know something that we don't. Obviously, the track conditions do cool down as we move forward. I believe the Ferrari of Auzat is following him straight out. The second Ferrari, I believe, of Kaninch is also going out, and the Mercedes of Michelangelo, no, Lenny. Lenny's also. So we've got 4 cars straight out on track, just not pissing around here tonight. These guys get straight out on, just straight to business. So here we go then. As we see then, Stu is going to be the first guy we watch around. Big Stu will get the TV coverage, of course. He, of course, is being closely followed by the Ferrari of Auzat with Lenny, and I believe that was Kaninch in the background. And you see here Thomas Halo is also gone out for a lap. So Bahrain, very, very interesting track this. I do miss the night race. You know, the start in twilight, you know, etc. Just kind of drive in the dark, but I kind of like the kind of ambience that this track kind of holds. And also as well, bear in mind, we are on race 3 now. Biddy, of course, is in the McLaren this week. He is technically our top guy at the moment, just ahead of Addict, who is in a Haas after a very, very disappointing outing for Addict last time out. Please be sure to go and check that out on the channel, of course. Around Hungary. Never the easiest track to go around, of course. But here we go then, Big Shoot. Yeah, of course, Big Shoot 7 laps down last week. Hopefully he doesn't have a similar incident today. Of course, he did finish, so he does score points. A bit lower in the table. He is on a Red Bull for Bahrain. That is almost jackpot, it would seem, barring that red arrow behind him. Prancing horse. So here comes Big Stu then. He's going around to start his first flying lap of the session. Well, I think he is. We'll wait and see if he stays out. He does. So Big Stu, DRS, perfectly in time to when he needed to. Good start here for Stu. Hopefully no one comes out of the pits in front of him. Let's have a quick check now. I don't think they are. No, he's got a clear run down to turn 1, and let's see how he takes this. One of the trickiest corners on the track. You see the Renault there, just coming out of the pits just in front of him. I believe that is Notorious. Quote me happy. I think it is Notorious. Just come out his out lap. Big Shoot, good first sector here. This is where the old first sector used to end, back when the track was considerably remade. Let's have a look here. Big Shoot, good start, 29.2. That probably will be beaten at some point when the track gets more rubbered in. Auzat, of course, just following behind. A Big Shoot runs dramatically wide there. Hopefully that won't cause him too many problems. He managed to get back on the line very nicely. Biddy and Addict, the 2 championship leaders who are here. Of course, they will overtake Turts if, well, unless both fail to finish. Oh, Big Shoot, big lock up there. Lock up one another, big switcheroo, should we call it. Kind of lost control of the car a little bit there, so let's have a little look and see where we are up to now with this lap. Big Shoot coming around that. Do you know what? A lot of these corners are almost every corner around here is a fucking corner of doom. It really is. It's so hard to kind of gather your own thoughts. If you make one mistake around here, it's almost a crescendo effect when you just end up kind of ruining yourself for the remainder of the lap. Here we go then. Big Shoot comes round to complete his lap. You can see Auzat looks a little bit closer, so I think Auzat will get the better of Big Shoot here. We will have to double check then. That's nice, don't have a fucking clue you are. Right, so Big Stu is coming across the line. Are we going to get into the 30s? I believe it's a 31.7. Auzat goes a bit quicker, I believe, with a 30.5. Very nice. Kaninch following along. But Lenny, however, moves himself in a pole provisionally. So, of course, he's in the mech. No excuse, really. 30.4. What can Kaninch do? 31-0 in the Ferrari, so 5 tenths off his de facto teammate here tonight. Thomas Halo in the force in there. Halo's going to be very, very threatening in this car. As you just see there, Weisdog with a 31.4 on the Renault comes across the line there. We did miss that actually. Here comes Thomas Halo, then comes across the line and goes pole position with a 30.417, putting Lenny down to second place. Let's have a look here. So I believe Cookie is the next one to come round. We did have Toto, 33.2, bit of a bank lap there. Cookie with a 31.4 as well. And we have Tough Kev with a 31.0, not bad going. A lot of cars bunched up around that 31.0 mark. Les Paul 30.7, however, that's a bit of an improvement compared to what he'd be looking at in that case. Bit of improvement on the cars around them. Here's Notorious. Paul to get across the line with 31.9. That's on the harder tyres, of course, though. And we see Michelangelo now. He's going to be dangerous in this Mercedes today and immediately takes provisional pole. We get to the 29s, 1 minute 29.8. Great start there. Only Winchester, Notorious to go around. Addict just starting his lap as well, and Biddy still in the pits. Interesting. As we move forward now to watch Notorious. I believe he's further around than when he is. As we go here, Notorious on his flying lap thing, come around the final corner. Once again, another corner you have to absolutely hit both apexes right. If you run over slightly on either of them, then, you know, you're just going to be leading yourself up to a fall. Let's have a look here. So Bear, of course, just confirmed he's not racing tonight due to not being home, so that's fair enough. Notorious moves it into 11th place with a 31.7. Here goes Winnie. 31.5 in the Toro Rosso, beating the Renault of Notorious. It's a very good lap. Addict is going to be the next car on. He's in the Haas. Addict's always going to be dangerous whenever he's outside the top 2 cars, or the bottom 2 cars. He's an absolute lethal bizzle, as I have a laser pen in the shape of a mouse. Awesome. Right, anyway, moving forward to that, and oh, what's happened there? Why has Cookie got a 0 place penalty? How the fuck does that work? Oh, okay, awesome penalisation there, lads. That's well in Cody's. I mean, I guess you got your penalty system sorted at least. So Biddy's still waiting to go around. Addict comes across the line now. Addict will be quite competitive in this car. Haas isn't really the best car to have around there with the braking, etc. Will Addict be able to get himself in the 31s? He doesn't. It's a 32.3. Bit of a scruffy lap then. Wait to see Biddy. Wait for Biddy to come out on track. So 6 guys are into the 30s, 1 in the 29s. As you see here, provisional pole system, Michelangelo just coming back into the pits. I believe that's Biddy going out, isn't it? Oh, it's a Ferrari of Auza. Auza's gone for his second run. Do you know, that's almost that's an intelligent decision. Will he be able to do it in time to get round, for example? Will he be able to get round the whole outlap before anyone else comes out? And Lenny, of course, made it. Lenny made it a 29.852. 2 in the 29s now. Missed Lenny's lap. Quality lap that, to be fair. I think Lenny's going to call this a day when he gets into the paddock. I think he will. I wouldn't see the point of going around again. So unfortunately he's used a bit more of his tyres again here. Just watching Addict now come back into the pits. I'm waiting on Biddy to come out on track. He's not actually done a lap yet. Will he just be waiting to do the long haul and do a 1 stop potentially? Got on board with Alzat. See if he can make Ferrari go higher than 4th place. Kinnich's doing quite well in the Ferrari. He's told me, of course, he's not a fan of this track. Really, really struggling to kind of get to grips with it. So, you know, to be up there, even though there's 5 cars ahead of him, including his sister car, should we call it, not teammate, sister car of Alzat. It's quite impressive. Only 100th of a second between him and Big Kevin, a fifth, 4 tips back to Weisdog and Cookie. Cookie, of course, tonight. I'm not sure where Cookie's racing, actually. Weisdog's out on track in the Renault. He's having another run, a nice early run. Lenny is coming back into the pits. I think Lenny will just about have enough juice in it to get himself back round, but he will need to improve, otherwise he's going to be starting on heavily worn tyres. The thing with Bahrain, being a relatively new surface, it always gets resurfaced every year, Bahrain. It's a really rare track. And what's he... Oh. Why is he weaving at the start of this lap? That's bizarre. Holy Alzat. Holy Alzat. Still waiting on Biddy to come out of the pits. Michelangelo, the provisional pole sitter at the moment. Michelangelo has had more pole positions than anybody else since I've been recording streaming. That's a very interesting fact. I believe he's at 4 now. So, aye. as we are going to be watching. How's that on his flyer? How's that flying lap then? Pretty sweet so far. Just got to basically keep it on the track. How's that's been prone to making a lot of unforced errors, as they say in tennis. So hopefully we don't get any more of that. Michelangelo's on his outlap just in front of him, and the Williams, I believe that is of is it Les Paul? It is. It's Les Paul, the Williams. So a lot of quick drivers are in a lot of quick cars here, based on, you know, not having the best starts to the season. Obviously, Mike Notorious was first last race. I believe Les Paul was second position as of last race, of course. So I'm just going to open this up now. Give me 1 second. Right, you are. That's Paul. Yeah, he was. He was second position. That's why he's in the Williams. But looking back at Howsat, here comes Howsat then. What can he do? Will he be able to improve on a 1 minute 30.5? It looks that way. He doesn't. He's half a tenth off. So that's Howsat's. Oh, he's got one more run. Howsat's got one more run in him. Probably two if he uses fuel intelligently on this lap. Les Paul fifth. He's about to start his. Kevin the Williams is currently. Not sure with the gap between him and Weissdog's going to be the next one round, I believe. He's in 9th position at the moment with a 4.01, 1 minute 31.401 here for Weissdog. Let's just make sure we can kind of get up to speed. It's quite hard during qualifying because you're really unsure about where everybody is. You need to almost make a written note of it. Biddy is starting at the back. He's not got out. He's not got enough time to go out. So Biddy is going to sacrifice his whole qualifying and put himself 16th and last. Weissdog is next one round. Thomas Haler there in the Force in E. He's going to be starting his lap soon. Kev, what can he do? He does improve his own time. 31.3. That's Weissdog. Sorry. Weissdog does improve his own time. That's a 31.3. Oh, Cookie's in the Toro, right? Okay, Cookie Toro Rosso, of course. This, I believe, is Cookie's first race of the season, so good to have him back. Not quite showing the consistency and kind of attending, which is was really hurt Cookie last time. Addict, Toto, these guys are just going to have a little chill at the back. I think Addict's going to wait and does what he usually does and just get himself into the rhythm in the race. That's kind of the way that usually works. So Lenny is actually going out, so fair play to Lenny. Is he going to be able to get round in time? Michelangelo with a 29.3. Oh boy, that's how you do it. That's gets to start. Will Lenny be able to get across the line here? This is going to be close. So we're going to watch up and down the order. Kev does Paul 2K with a 31. So Michelangelo, yeah, that's pole. That is basically pole. Unless Lenny with 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good God, you cut that fine. Oh boy, on my life! Not even a tenth in it. Not even a second in that. Good, awesome driving there. And we've got here sector 2, Kinich, Tough Kev. Let's have a look here. And we're going to go to Cookie. Cookie's going to be the next one round, I believe. Watch out for people finishing their laps. 3 people are within a tenth of a second. Paul 2K doing a great lap there. Great job getting himself up into 8th position. Winchester moves in 8th. Another one in the 31.0 club. Cookie is a 30.8. That's a great start. Good lap by Cookie. Let's have a little flick through, see if anybody else is close to finishing their lap. Weissdog goes across the line. No improvement for Weissdog. Big Stu and the Red Bull having a very, very slow time of it at the moment. Red Bull obviously lacking a bit of power. And there's the Renault behind. And what can Big Stu do? Where does he go? Up in a 6th again. And he beats Cookie with a 30.8. Now, where's Paul 2K? What's he up to? He is going. Oh, he's pulling to the pits. Wow. Okay. Tough Kev behind him isn't pulling into the pits because he's currently a 10th up. And he's another improvement for Tough Kev, and he's a 31.018. No positions gained there. I believe Kinich has just gone to 5th position with a 1 minute 30.7. We're just waiting on Les Paul and Howsat. Howsat pits in. Will Les Paul complete his lap? So will Les Paul? What's he going to do? He goes 4th. 1 minute 30. Michelangelo, great pole position, half a second clear of Lenny. Mercedes 1, 2, Thomas Halo in the Force India 3rd, Les Paul 4th, Howsat 5th and Kinich 6th, all Ferrari 3rd row, Red Bull 7th and Big Stu, Cookie is in 8th, Tough Kev in 9th in the Williams, Winchester 10th in the, oh well, fuck my life, what is he in? He's in a Toro, yes he is. Oh my God, holy moly! Guys, come on now. This is unfair. Who's the other Toro? Cookie. I love how Cookie. Do you reckon this is part of his no place penalty punishment? He has to drown the back of the car. Anyway, Paul 2K in the. I don't even know where Paul 2K is in. I think he's in the Haas, isn't he? We'll have to double check that in a moment. Give me a moment, folks. Let me have a look here. Paul 2K is in the Red Bull. Sorry, Paul 2K in the other Red Bull. Red Bull not really having the best of times. Paul and Big Stu 7th and 11th. Weissdog 12th in the Renault with Notorious his sister car alongside him. Addict 14th in the Haas, Toto 15th. I believe Toto is in the Force. He is. And 16th is Biddy, because he didn't qualify back in 2 minutes, guys, for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here we go, we're back. So obviously the Michelangelo is on pole again. In that Mercedes, Michelangelo is gone. It's going to take an absolute effort for the rest of the field to get in my prediction this race. Ironically, Lenny, of course, being in the Mercedes now, he's actually got over his McLaren driver allocation because it's his first race, his second race, of course. So he then is able to take part in the proper car allocation. So Lenny is in the mix tonight. I'd say one of the Mercedes are probably going to win tonight, just based on everything else, but you can never count out Les Paul, especially not in a Williams. Les Paul going to be very, very threatening tonight, of course. Then we also, remember, you've got guys like wild cards like Big Stu. I know he's not at the best of times, but, you know, anything can really happen in this sort of situation. So Big Stu is going to be well and truly in the hunt. You've got other guys like Paul 2K and the Red Bull quite far down the field. They do get choice of tyre from 11th down, remember. So Addict, of course, does get choice of tyre. He's dangerous without a choice of tyre. It's going to be interesting to see how he comes through the field. My prediction for the race win tonight will be either one of 3 cars. We're going to go Thomas Halo in the Force India, is my number 3 pick, and then one of the 2 Mercedes. That is either Lenny or it is Michelangelo. So one of those 3, in my opinion, barring incident, should be too strong for the rest of the field, but then you can never discount Addict when he's outside the bottom 2 cars, no matter where he is on the grid. It all depends what happens going into the first few corners. It's very, very tricky to get round. Not kind of disparaging any ability from any of these guys, but the first corner can be an absolute fucking pain in the arse at the best of times. So hopefully we get an incident-free first lap. Then, of course, you do have guys like Tough Kev in the Williams as well, though, you see. There's a lot of decent drivers in quick cars before, obviously, the whole grid order sorts itself out a little bit later into the year, when, obviously, you start to see a lot of people sticking around the Saubers. And Paul 2K is readied up here. So we are going to be going in just under 30 seconds time, folks. We're going to be live to the grid. So let's have a little chat now. We've got basically Thomas Halo is yet to ready up, Notorious, Winchester and Les Paul, and Kaninch at the bottom. Thomas Halo and Kaninch have readied up. I believe it's just the 2, Notorious and Winchester, to ready up. And then we will get on with the Bahrainian Grand Prix. So let's have a quick check now. Everyone going to be readied up, I believe. Let's have a look here. Hopefully the lag of Winchester doesn't strike again. Quick. Interval. We're going to go bam, 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 bam. And we are here. And it is lights out in Bahrain. And Michelangelo seems to have got off to a very good getaway, but so does Lenny in 2nd position. And we got 4th position, fast starting Les Paul on the inside. This may end up a bit of tragedy here. Lenny seems to have taken the lead here. And let's have a little look. We're going to go further back down the order just to make sure everyone goes around clean. We've got 2 Renaults. Ooh. Williams and the Renault getting very close together. And there's a bit of contact there. Wise Dog and the Renault. That's going to be a bit of wing damage, surely, to Christ. No, it's not. So we've got through relatively unscathed so far. Lenny leads Michelangelo. Big Stu on Alzat. That's a good move by Big Stu overtaking a Ferrari. Bit of argy-bargy going behind here. Winchester and Notorious, old school enemies. And Winchester around the outside of Notorious. He was on the harder tyre, very close to each other there. So let's have a look. Notorious there in 9th position. And he's got the other Toro of Cookie and the other Renault of Weisstock having a little bit of a look at Tough Kev. He's fallen down a couple of places here off the grid. Biddy in 13th. I'm happy Biddy's actually running. I wasn't sure if he was going to be showing up in time for the race. You never know. Oh, Rebel! And there goes Paul 2K's wing. Not a good start in this Addict. And in the background, Toto in the other Force Indies. So we're going to go back up to the front here. Thomas Halo hounding Les Paul. And you just see Kaninch's brake smoke there in 5th position. Big Stu and Alzat. Here we go. Big Stu and Alzat. Alzat's always involved in stuff at the start. So let's have a little look, see what we can do. What a move by Alzat on the inside. Big Stu runs wide. Respectful, giving us space there. Alzat, great move up into 6th position. Great stuff. Addict in the background has overtaken the damaged wing. Paul 2K, I think. Paul 2K. Oh, what's happened to Paul 2K? He's ghosting. Oh, he's back now. Don't know what happened there. Thomas Halo all over the back of Les Paul. Let's see what these guys can do. So, oh, Big Stu's got Alzat back. Battle of the race so far. So, here we go. Lenny with the fastest lap to start off. Thomas Halo and Les Paul flying down towards 2. We've got 2 battles here going on. Halo and Les Paul, give me a better angle, please. Thank you. We got one. And Big Stu holds it up, but Alzat, but Thomas Halo, the big mover so far, up into 3rd position over Les Paul. So let's have a quick check now. We are going now into the deep part of the race. And look at Winchester behind these 2. Waiting to pick off a mistake here. Alzat and Big Stu still side by side. They've been side by side for the whole lap so far. Oh, Big Stu just pulled over towards Alzat. And is he going to get him? Is he going to? Yes, he's just got him. Big Stu with a bit of a move there on Alzat. A little bit of argy-bargy, bit of contact. No complaints so far. Paul 2K pits in. He's going to be at the back for the race issue. And look at Winchester. The opportunistic move there in the Toro Rosso. Will Winchester be able to hold this out? Alzat there on the inside. When he's got the... Oh, contact there. When he makes avoided action, Alzat onto the back of Big Stu. Went into that corner way too quickly. Cookie's jumped Winchester now. Big Stu is almost like a complete hold-up here for Big Stu. And he's lost half his wing. Big Stu half a wing down. Notorious once again. Opportunistic again, moving up to 7th place. And Cookie followed him through. Stop. Oh, another bit of wing off, and that is Winchester's wing. Winchester's wing in the... Is that Winnie's wing in the Toro? No, it's not. It's Cookie's. It's Cookie with the wing off. So Cookie with his wing off here. Not the best start to the Grand Prix for him. Look at Biddy in the McLaren ahead of Alzat now. Biddy up into 12th position. 1 lap, 4 places. Addict just behind on the soft. We did call it that he would be going for them, but Biddy now has got Alzat all over the arse end of it. Big Stu pits in. That's an intelligent decision, making better from his decision last week to start on the damaged wing, of course. That's what caused Big Stu's initial problem. And Alzat makes light work of Biddy. Will Biddy be able to do a switchback? Biddy's got a load more pace thanks to his new wheel. And Winchester and Cookie battling up here, the 2 Toro Rossos. Just going to switch to this battle up here really quickly, because this has Wise Dog, Tough Kev, Alzat. A lot of combustible opponents in this battle here. And you see Cookie going very wide. Oh, it's wing up. Big serious wing damage, and Cookie's really threaded it wide here. Which gives Toto the opportunistic manoeuvre. Toto moves to 13th, but we're going to stay on this battle because Wise Dog is still... Oh, Tough Kev's got Wise Dog in this move. Tough Kev, he's another opportunistic guy in this particular battle. So this is looking good here. Guys like Kaninch are currently just really settling in. The top 5 seem to be away, but Thomas Halo's caught Les Paul. We'll get on that battle in a very quick second, just while we make sure that this battle stays clean. Let's have a little look here. So 3 temps is the gap, 2 temps to Wise Dog, and then Big Stu has come out on the soft tyre. He's 21 seconds behind Cookie. That's not a problem. Cookie does need to pit and will be pitting, of course, on this lap, you would assume. So here we go. We're racing now. Lap 3 of 57. 57 laps of Bahrain. It seems like a lot. Hopefully these guys give us some racing to make the time pass a lot quicker. Toto's quite a way down. Addict now is all of a sudden into 12th position just by driving the track. Not even had to get involved in any incidents. No overtaking maneuvers by Addict, just basically there or thereabouts. He obviously got Paul 2K when he had his wing damage. Addict capitalising on mistakes here, it would seem. We're going to go on board with, I believe it's Tough Kev, the leader of this little group. We're going to go on board with Wise Dog, and we're still on board with Wise Dog. So here we go then. Wise Dog, how's that behind? He's going to be threatening, he always is. Especially when he's in a quicker car. Wise Dog, of course, with half a wing. Remember, he's had a bit of wing damage. Oh, I don't think Wise Dog actually has any wing damage. I thought he did. I'm sure I saw a bit of Renault wing. Cookie does pit in, so that'll be Big Stu up into 14th position. So Big Stu will be up in 14th. Cookie's going to go deep into the race on the soft tyre. Not exactly what he would have wanted. I think he's going to be at the back, actually. Paul 2K with the fastest lap of the race, of course. 1 minute 34.8 fresh super soft tyres. Or fresh, yep, supers. And here we go. Wise Dog and how's that? So he's got to be very careful tapping the back of that car. I did, of course, miss my league race. That was round with Canada. Gutted I missed that one, but I should hopefully be back in time for next week. Maybe my last one, you never know. Depending on what happens. You see Notorious in front. He's leading this kind of de facto train here. We're going to go on board with Thomas Halo because this looks very, very tasty. But Wise Dog's with Tough Kev too. And Wise Dog up the inside of Tough Kev. And making sure the move sticks. And he's got him. Wise Dog is up into 8th position. Oh, my crash! Oh, Jesus! Kevin, how's that? Locking wheels, locking cars. Oh, my God. They need to calm down a bit. A little bit of afterthought there, it seems. Going to move it to Winchester. Winchester Notorious. And Thomas Halo here is going for the inside of Lenny to move it to 2nd place. Action-packed start to the Grand Prix. Thomas Halo up into 2nd place. Great drive. And look at Winchester. Pulls out of the slipstream of Notorious now. Will Notorious give him the room? Side by side. The hands waved by both drivers. Notorious holds on for the moment. Owlsat and Tough Kev pit in. Winchester, oh good God, he's trying everything to get past Notorious. Great racing between the two amigos. Tough Kev has come out in front of Owlsat, of course. He is going to be out in 12th position. Big Stu overtakes the pair of them. I think Paul TK might get at least one of them as well, based on how heavy the impact was. Tough Kev is still stuck. They're still stuck in the pits. Cookie is going to be really close to overtaking Owlsat here. We're going to go back onto the Winchester battle very shortly. Cookie doesn't, so we're going to go back with Winchester now. Winchester versus Notorious. These two have been battling for years. I've been witness of it myself, following them round when I've been 3rd position with these two top 2 in my old league. And here comes Notorious. Will he be able to do anything to stop Winchester coming through? Lap 5 of 57. Big impact so far. Tough Kevin Owlsat. It's going to be interesting to see what the ruling is behind that. Kev goes on the super soft tyres. He's just going to basically grind it out, I'm assuming. Kind of hoping that he can get quite far in terms of distance into the Grand Prix. So it's Michelangelo, Thomas Halo, Lenny Les Paul, Kaninch, Notorious Winchester, Wise Dog and Biddy. Biddy and Addict 9th and 10th from being at the back of the grid. Amazing. Toto 11th as well. These are the guys that have survived damage and collisions. Biddy doing what he needs to do to see if I can look at this. Winchester and Notorious for the 2nd lap in a row. Winnie this time does have the lead. He's overtaken Notorious, just comes across the front of him. Doesn't need to give him any room. And Lenny's gone off! Lenny's up. Where the hell has he gone? Oh, he's over there. I know he is. Which means the battle between Winchester and Notorious has been promoted up now into 5th. I think Lenny just made an uncharacteristic error there. And Wise Dog chases him down now, so Lenny needs to kind of get himself back focused. The battle here between Winchester and Notorious, well, quite thankfully for the pair of them. Notorious, remember, is on the soft tyre though. Very intriguing. If he can just keep with very close to Winnie, obviously he's going to have Lenny and Wise Dog now on the quicker tyre with Biddy and Addict following suit. Toto, and then you've got the guys that are like Big Stu, Paul 2K, Cookie, Owlsat and Tough Kev, the guys who were involved in the incidents and losing wings, etc, etc, etc. As you can see, 6 cars all on the same straight. It'll be 7 when Toto appears. He appears... No, he's not appeared yet, so we're just waiting for Toto. So 6 cars on the same straight. But we are now with Notorious. He's sticking himself perfectly and firmly within DRS. And you see here, Kaninch is beginning to catch Les Paul. Kaninch seems to have a lot better... Oh, Notorious runs very wide there. Rode the curb. Is he going to be able to correct himself? Oh, that's a beautiful recovery there by Notorious. You wouldn't have expected him to recover from that. Lenny's just behind in the 7th, unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Right, so where are we going to be up to now? Let's hear Notorious. Will he be able to do anything about Big Stu? We're going to move up here. Kaninch and Les Paul. Kaninch, he's got... Oh, has he got it? Has he got it? Has he got it? He's got to go very... Oh, what a move by Kaninch around the outside of Les Paul. Great stuff. Flicking over now to the Notorious Winchester battle. Great move by Kaninch. Up into 3rd position. Podium now for Kaninch. If you'd have given him that at the start of the weekend, he'd have bit your hand off. But let's have a little check now. I think this is the closest battle. Les Paul biting back here at Kaninch. royally biting back at Kinich. We're going side by side at the end of Sector 1 through the sweeping S's. And Kinich just manages to hold it out. So Kinich now should hope firmly, I believe here, be able to just maintain his gap over Les Paul. Up into third position now. Will Les Paul be able to bite back? Oh, Notorious run over that curve. We want to avoid doing that quite a lot. That's a career killer. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Who is it? It's Addict! Wow, that's an uncharacteristic mistake. Addict off, wing off. Wow, you don't expect to see that on Thomas Halo all of a sudden. Is on the back of Michelangelo. Jesus fucking Christ, this race is lit at the moment. So here we go then. 6 laps in. If this stays up the whole way through, I'll need a new fucking voice for my FIFA stream after. And obviously we've got other bits and bobs as well, guys. Stick around on my channel for more. But this is what we're looking at the moment. Can you see in the background with Les Paul 5 seconds off this lead battle. Notorious still sticking just about Winchester. He'll have Lenny on him very soon. But of course, remember Notorious is going to be going deeper into the race. Thomas Hill needs to get in that slipstream of Michelangelo. DRS on the race leader. I called it that one of these two / Lenny would be winning this race. They were top 3 for a while. Halo setting himself up very nicely. He's matured so much as a racer as Thomas Halo. And Big Stu, of course, is overtaken out even before Addict pits. Jesus, man. Fortunate for RL Addict. Nothing really you could do. He made an uncharacteristic error. You rarely see Addict go off. But he has done here. Notorious behind Winchester. And you see it's all looking very, very cushy at the moment. I believe Addict will be pitting if I'm correct. Yep, Addict pits in, so he will fall to last place. Wow, unexpected. So we're going to leave that there for a minute. Notorious still with Winchester. It's not over between that battle. And then we've got Lenny now. Within a second of Notorious. Biddy must just be thinking, God, Addict's crashed out now. This is my time. Biddy must be thinking, this is his time. He needs just to basically keep the wheels on the track. No mistakes. He has been prone to a couple before. But just keep it clean, keep it sharp. And I believe Biddy will be ascending to the top of the table, if I'm correct, or very near the top of the table. And Winchester got a little bit out of shape there. As we see Lenny following with Wise Dog and Biddy just keeping tabs on the guys in front. Biddy's come from 16th on the grid, folks. He's only technically overtaken one car, which is Toto Wolff. That's the only car Biddy's overtaken without actually, you know, overtaking crash cars. So we are watching this battle here. We are paying close attention now. Got feed in the air about the lead battle. So the lead battle, of course, is going to be one to pay close attention to also a bit later on. And Kinich is currently in third. He's pulled away from Les Paul now. Winchester is just keeping Sturm in 5th with Notorious. Lenny there in 6th. 7th, sorry, forgive me. And will Winnie be able to hold on? How long will Winchester be able, how long will the Super Softs be able to last? Is the point. When are we going to be seeing the first round of stops? We're going to go on board with Lenny here. You can imagine that this may be easy pickings if he can just keep his tyres fresh. He's run a bit wide into turn 1. Compromise him on turn 2. Good hold there by Lenny going through 3. Now we've got Winchester and Notorious just in front battling here. The two of them have been pretty much nose to tail the whole race. Obviously benefiting from Lenny's incident from 3rd position, dropping him to 7th place. 6 drivers have pitted in already from incidents. We're not even in double figure laps yet. So Bahrain is one for the toe. Winnie's run wide! Winnie runs wide. Notorious makes it and he's into 5th position. Notorious, another opportunistic move there by himself. Waiting for the mistake. Winnie made it. But now, of course, Winnie does have the quicker tyre. And he was keeping Notorious head relatively easily, it must have been said. He wasn't over-exerting. But now he's got to think about another thing here. Because Lenny in the background is going to be here now. And we're watching this from Lenny's point of view as Winchester makes a move at the end of the DRS straight. This is a very tricky place to pass. And he's got the move done. Respectful driving. Notorious almost going for a crisscross move there in the background. Couldn't quite do it. Lenny has to basically maintain control of his own car. 3 seconds up the road from 8th place Wise Dog now. Big Stu is the guy in the move. He's in the 10 behind Toto. Notorious went for a move then back on Winchester. Didn't quite get the job done. We are still watching on board with Lenny. Watching the battle for 5th position unfold. Thomas Halo still under a second away from leader. Biddy beginning to make a bit of inroads now on Wise Dog. You can see there the battle for 8th position may heat up. And Winchester pits. When he's cooked his tyres, which means Lenny now has a keen opportunity as you see him bearing down on the Renault. He's not going to make these. Just having a look, he's reminding Notorious that he's there. He's hit the inside apex this time with Lenny. That's a much better line. Winchester, I believe, will come out just behind Paul 2K. If my math serves me correctly. You see Toto in the background, runs a bit wide there. Lenny makes the move on Notorious. Lenny, recovery, back up into 5th position. In fact, Winnie did come out in front of Paul 2K. I thought he'd be just behind him. Winnie, good drive in there. He is coming out in 11th place. That'll be interesting thoughts for guys like Lenny and Les Paul. Well, the guys in front, like Kaninch up, obviously. Well, Les Paul above. First to 4th will be looking. They'll be coming out probably ahead of Big Stu. That's a good way to look at it. So they're going to be coming out probably just, I'd say, behind Biddy. So maybe just in front of Toto, you know, maybe around about the Toto Wolf area. But you see here, Notorious still with DRS, and we're going to go on board with Biddy. We spoke about him quite a bit this race. He's, I wouldn't say almost mature, because he's a really good driver. He's good at defending, from what I always remembered racing with him, of course. But he seems to have been granted a bit of added speed and a little bit more stability on the track. Now that he's obviously got the new steering wheel, you can see there's an immediate increase in his pace. More than anything. Got Thomas Halo here. Halo. And we're going to flick to the battle for finish. Cut across myself. Halo. Is he going to be able to do anything? No, that's not Notorious. It's Michelangelo. And the two guys touch. We've got Sector 2. And Paul 2K is gone. Oh, Jesus. Whereabouts is that? Oh, it's the right hand. He's at the right hand curb, you can tell. On the first casualty today, as Lenny pits in from 6th, well, from what was 5th position. As you see here, Addict, well, Paul 2K is completely embedded in the wall. Toto overtakes Lenny. Will Lenny be able to get back out in front of Big Stu? That's the question. If he can get out in front of Big Stu, he's not. Will he be able to get out in front of Winchester? He hasn't. He actually hasn't done it. Winchester's jumped Lenny in the pits. So he holds that position there. Paul 2K, of course, is gone. So we're going to go to Thomas Halo and Michelangelo battling together now. As Paul 2K's car has been cleared up, we roll on now. Lap 11. Michelangelo, Thomas Halo, still nose to tail at the front, 6/10 in it. Biddy, 9/10 off Weisdog, not really making any inroads at all. You'll know that Lenny will begin to haul Winchester, and he's on the soft tyre again. Super soft tyre, actually the softest tyre, the option. Option, mid and prime, I still call it them. I'm an old school guy. Paul 2K leaves, you can imagine that. He must be fucking devastated. Awful driver for Paul 2K. I believe that I'll put him in a... Well, I think he's retired twice now in a row. Let me just double check. No, he's not, so he's going to be in a good car next week. But obviously the championship's what you want. All good having a quick car. If you miles down the championship, as guys like Big Stu, Michelangelo found out, they had good pace. Good ability on all tracks, but they just couldn't get anything done in the championship because they were too far back at that stage. So here we go then. We are now on board with Thomas Halo. He's having a move at Michelangelo. And Weisdog pits in, so which puts Biddy up into 6th position. And still side by side here, these two. Michelangelo just puts his car in the right position, but he's run a little bit wide there. Thomas Halo may be able to get a switchback move done. Will he be able to make any moves? He's gone for the... Ooh, almost gone for it. Big Stu moves up into an 8th position. Weisdog will probably fall down just behind Cookie, you'd assume. As the top two still battling in nose to tail. Lenny and Winchester. Oh, Thomas Halo. Ooh, had to pull out of that move. Otherwise, that would have been tragedy for himself. Lenny here battling with Winchester. So close, the two of them. Weisdog still not... Oh, Weisdog may have had damage. I think he's... Yeah, Weisdog did have a bit of wing damage, I believe, from what we saw earlier. And Thomas Halo, of course, making the mistake there. And we're on board with the closest battle on the track. It is Lenny and Winchester. This battle stems up from when Lenny ran wide earlier and had a spin. And Sector 1 luckily managed to maintain the momentum and keep himself going. So Winchester in 9th position. Lenny in 10th. Oh, Lenny adjusting into the corner there. May cost him a little bit, but it's not, because Winchester's hit the curb. And I think this may be a formality here. Foregone conclusion. Here comes the speed of the Mercedes. Winnie doing his best to hold on, but what can you do when you've got a silver arrow down the inside of you? Lenny hits the apex perfectly. Winchester concedes the position. He is into 9th position. Lenny and Michelangelo pits from the lead. Where's he going to come out? Will he come out in front of Notorious? No, he doesn't. Notorious is coming through now. He overtakes Michelangelo clearly. Biddy. Will Biddy be able to get him? This is going to be close between Biddy and Michelangelo. It's not close at all. Michelangelo's got the move done. He is up. He remains in 5th position. Great move there by Michelangelo. Pitting in very nicely. Thomas Halo and Michelangelo's come out on the softer tyre. Or the soft... Why did I say soft here? What a retard. Soft tyre. And we've got Winchester, who's still behind Lenny, but this is just really him almost damage limitation, you'd assume, wouldn't you? The soft runners, Big Stu has amazingly found himself up in 8th position here, and he's hauling Toto, and he's had a very, very bad run of results, Big Stu, since midway point of last season. He just kind of hasn't got anything really going his way. Had a great, I think it was 7th position in Monza for Big Stu. Good drive for him there. Obviously, it was a mental race, cars dying everywhere. Bahrain does have the potential for that to happen, and the one thing you don't see in this game, a lot more people are a lot more cautious with their tyres. You rarely see punctures in this Grand Prix. So Kanic is actually running in 2nd place next to Michelangelo's pit stop. Michelangelo will just basically keep on pushing as hard as he can. Biddy doing really, really well, must be said, running in 6th place. Toto likewise in 7th. Big Stu, though, is beginning to ravage Toto in here. And with Lenny behind him, remember, this is a running order. This is the running order now. Big Stu has actually technically jumped Lenny. He's on a lot older tyres, and there's Paul 2K's stray car just ghosted and blown up in the corner. Will Halo actually pit him? Will he actually bite back from Michelangelo? If he does, you'd assume that Michelangelo will come out in front. He needs to get some good laps in. And you see Winchester running a bit wide there in 10th position in the background. Toto is going to be the cork in the bottle here for these guys such as Big Stu and Lenny. They need to get on and move past him. I mean, anything can happen, of course. Thomas Halo currently leads. Kanic 2nd, Les Paul 3rd, Notorious 4th. The guys are ready to stop. Lenny with a 34-2. He's the man on the march. We're in the low 34s now. 34-3-2-8, forgive me. And, oh, Big Stu there with Toto early on the brakes. Toto there. Obviously, with worn tyres, that's what you want to do. You just don't want to kind of burn them out too much. And Big Stu now looks like he's going to be on the move. He has had a much better exit here. Is he going to be able to make the move stick? This is a very, very tricky corner to overtake in. And he's just kind of held off, but he's gone for the move on the inside. A little bit of contact. What a brave move by Big Stu. Can he pull this off? No, he doesn't. He backs out of it. Good attempt, though, by Stu. And look at Lenny around the outside. Now the two cars together. And Lenny has done Big Stu. What a move by Lenny. Great move there. Lenny up into 8th position. Another opportunistic move. Bahrain is all about opportunism. You just got to basically keep at it, wait for the mistake to be made by the guy in front of you, and kaboom, there you go. Now Lenny's the guy chasing Toto down. Oh, bit of Pepsi, that's fucking much needed. Oh, yes. Just going to go on to Lenny's driver cam. Oh, Jesus, so close to the back of Toto. Needs to kind of make his move now. See here, the top 3 continued on. Oh no, didn't. Les Paul does pit. Les Paul pitted in, as you see him there. And here comes Michelangelo. This is just not even going to be a problem for him. We'll go to the broadcast, man. I think he's already got the move done before the exit of the pits. So Michelangelo moves clear of Les Paul. We knew that was going to happen anyway. But this isn't the big story. Lenny needs to overtake Toto Wolff here very quickly because he's got Big Stu on the soft tyres, which aren't going to be that worn, really, in the grand scheme of things. But here comes Lenny. We know he's got the pace. Will he be able to do Toto into the corner? But you've got to look at Big Stu as well. We're going to go on to TV Pop and Big Stu, see if we watch this move. And Les Paul comes out right in front of Lenny. He's done Lenny. Toto goes very wide. Lenny, oh, Lenny makes a mistake. Will Big Stu be able to do both of them? Toto makes a little mistake. Big Stu's there. Will Toto get him within sight? Will he sight? He has. He's given him enough room to get through. And you see Winchester behind this group. Off the TV camera, and Big Stu, very nice move, caught beautifully on camera there. So Big Stu up into 8th position, Lenny up into 7th, no drama done. Even Toto managed to get out of that relatively. Yes, Lenny's gone off! Lenny off in the corner, look at that, Jesus Christ, he's gone sandbanking, what the fuck is he doing? Jesus. And Lenny needs to get back on here, and Cookie's overtaken Lenny. Oh, another mistake by Lenny. All that hard work has gone to absolute fuck all. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And Winnie's now on the back of Toto. Don't forget that. I was at him fucking burp. I was at him Wise Dog there. Still battling in the background. We're on board with Winnie. Or on board with Toto, with Winchester bearing down on him. Winchester has pitted, of course. Addington Tough Kev just having a quiet race at the back. I believe they made 2 pit stops, if I'm correct. No, 1 each. So still 5 drivers here, not pitted. Michelangelo, fastest lap on the soft tyre. I've actually got that word right. And Winnie's actually done Toto there without me even really picking up on it. Such a smooth move there by Winchester. Toto will not be happy, as he is running now in 9th position. Biddy in 5th position, still not pitted. The top, well, 4 of the top 5 haven't pitted. Neither has Toto. So they are the 5 drivers yet to come into the pits. Lenny must just be kicking himself. It's been a race filled with error so far for him, and unforced for the pair of them. Both these incidents so far, at least the second one, because obviously the first one we caught in the second half of it, but he was running by himself. 2 clips of the curb. which hasn't really done Lenny any favours at all so far this race. Lap 16, folks. We are at just over a quarter distance in. Thomas, Halo, Kaninch, top two haven't pitted, Notorious, and Biddy, fourth and fifth not pitting. Michelangelo looks to be in command of this Grand Prix at the moment, but Kaninch, remember, is good on his tyres. Will that prove to be a benefactor for him later on? Obviously, running in second place, starting sixth, you can say the answer is really yes. I was at, of course, a guy who started fifth, is down in 12th due to a mistake earlier. So, guys who have made mistakes, there were 6 of them who all crashed off. 4 of them are still at the back. Cookie is up in 9th or 10th now. And Big Stu is on a frog march towards Les Paul. If he can just keep it there, Big Stu will really, really relish that 7th position. It all come in handy for him. And Kaninch with a 5-second stop go! Speeding in the pits. That is a killer blow for Kaninch. A killer blow. Notorious, who hasn't pitted amazingly, is going to come out in second place. So Notorious is up in second in the Renault. This is key for Mike. He's going to be up there. Forgive me calling him his real name, folks. I'm sure he won't mind. Biddy's up in fourth. And Kaninch is out behind Biddy. Oh, that's a tricky one for Kaninch. Biddy's still going on the super soft tyres. Excellent effort. 16 laps. His tyres must be fucking screaming. They want him to pit this lap, though. This is where you'd assume he'll pit. Go to 34 and then do a 23-lap spat on the soft tyre to round out. Or do a 23-lap spat now and do a 17-lapper at the end. That probably would be the more feasible option. And we see Owzat and Wise Dog here. They are battling. On track battle. I think Owzat has just got the better of him in this scenario. Owzat in 12th position. Wise Dog down to 13th. So we have Kaninch all over the back of Biddy. We're going to wait and see this race battle unfold. Les Paul, who Kaninch stayed in front of, interestingly enough, is in 6th position. We called Les Paul to be threatening. The Ferraris are going to be threatening. We called him Merc Win. It's looking that way at the moment, especially as Halo has to traverse Notorious. So that's going to prove to be very handy for Michelangelo. He's already up to a 7-second gap. Last time he was in a Merc, he did exactly the same thing. Right. Oh, Kaninch very close to the back of Biddy's car there. Forgive me, folks, blow my nose, that's why there's a bit of a gap. And you see there's a couple of battles here. This should be a foregone conclusion here. Thomas Halo on Notorious. We look at Notorious as we go past. Up in a 3rd position. Down to 3rd, sorry. And Biddy pits in. Great effort, Biddy, on the tyres. Where will it put him out, though? I believe he should come out just behind Wise Dog, if I'm correct. Based on mathematics and time scaling and other bits and bobs, no damage for Biddy, of course. This will put him into 12th coming out of the pits, maybe 13th. Clown is pretty far down the grid here. Owzat will stream through. He's going to come out in front of Tough Kev, who's had a very, very bad race so far. And that Williams, it's not ideal for him. Biddy, yep, exactly where I thought. 13th out the pits, but he's going to be hauling in guys like Wise Dog, Owzat, and then of course after that Cookie, who's actually caught Lenny back up. Lenny is just not having a fun time of it out here. Not enjoying the ultra soft tyre. So Les Paul is now on the back of Kaninch. He's caught Kaninch, and obviously Biddy coming into the pits did help Les Paul a little. Helped Kaninch out a little bit. Getting my worst muddle ever. And I'm actually doing a sober stream so far. I have a couple of beers towards the end of this. As you see in the background, Big Stu just doing what he needs to do. Big Stu's up in 6th position here. Fantastic drive from Stu. If I was Stu, you'd almost bank on the double super soft at the end, wouldn't you, really? You just go for it. There'd be no reason why you couldn't do it. I mean, if he gets to probably, I'd say, about lap 30, if he can edge and eke out lap 1, maybe out 26, 27, of course, he will be struggling by then, and Winchester will be catching him profoundly by then, of course. Even though they're in the kind of junior team, you'd assume they would try and go for it. Notorious is 2.7 now down on Thomas Halo. Gap's increasing by the second, it seems. And here comes Les Paul. He's on DRS, so this is really just a kind of sighter move, just to give him the ability to be within striking distance. Lenny now on the back of Toto. Toto must have made a mistake. And Lenny moves himself. Does he? No, he's not through yet. Saying he's through now, but obviously the battle isn't over. Lenny is going to go through. Toto goes very deep into the corner. He's tried this before, and it's worked this time. Oh, these two guys side by side. Look at this. Lenny's still going for it. Toto still hanging on. Excellent drive here by Toe. But this time he does go, and look at Cookie here. Cookie has been involved in a lot of incidents. Cookie, of course, when we originally started recording this league, was one of the premier drivers. Cookie's incidents and problems on track have just seemed to kind of have dropped him down to almost a midfield runner. I know he's in a Toro Rosso, which is a fucking mighty fine car, but that's not the point. He needs a good finish here. Admittedly, he's going to be in a very, very quick car next weekend. So that'll be there for you guys to watch. We are going to be at the circuit of Baku next weekend. That's going to be fun. So we're going to be at Azerbaijan next week. And that, of course, as I said, may be my final stream. Depending on, look at Toto going for Lenny. He's had a little go, but this is going to give allow Cookie, who's taking a very narrow line, to get a good run. Oh, Lenny! Oh, Jesus, the bounce off the wall. He's a lucky fella. What's that collision with Toto? I think he's clipped the curb again. Oh, dear. Lenny in the Merc. Which gives Cookie a chance at 8th now on Toto. Pressure. Oh, watch out. Cookie went for that kind of crisscross move there. Couldn't get it done. Toe is still staying out. Great drive here by Toe. He's currently still going out on his tyres. The only guy not to pit other than Notorious, of course. Notorious 3rd, Toto 8th. That's the difference. Around about 15.5 seconds separate Notorious from Toto. In fact, you know what? I'm going to check that out and see how close I am. We're at 12.6. What the fuck am I spinning? It's 25 seconds. 25.5 seconds, forgive me. Getting my things wrong. But here we go, then we've gone board with Cookie then. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Cookie, oh, Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck are you? Dave, what the fuck is Dave doing? Fuck off. So, Tough Kev comes in and Lenny comes out of the pits in a miserable 14th place. Ivan Alex moved himself a bit. And Toto and Cookie still side by side. How's that's going to be relishing this battle? As is Wise Dog. Toto runs wide here. Where's Toto gone? Runs very wide. 3-second penalty as well for his trouble. And this has been a battle brewing. Owlsat and Toto have returned and rejoined each other on track after last week's escapades. So here comes Owlsat and Toe. Let's see what they can do. Will Owlsat be able to overtake Toto? Tough Kev has pitted in for the mediums. Lenny goes on to the softs and Toto here. Wow, he let him through. No wing damage, I don't think, for Toe. Wise Dog's going to be the next car round. Toe's going to have to go quite a few more laps on these tyres if he's going to... Apparently it said 17 for him. I don't believe that's the case. I think that was just simply a change of tyre before that kind of gave it that sort of pit barrier. I don't think his tyres are that overly shot, but I think he may be pitting in here, and Toto does pit. So Toe and Owlsat, both guys pit from 8th and, well, it was technically 8th and 9th respectively, of course. Owlsat did Toto. Here we go then, let's have a look. Blow my nose, and Cookie pits in as well. It wasn't Owlsat pitting, it was Cookie, forgive me. So Cookie got the move done and Toto pitted in and comes out. Where will Addict be? An old rivalry resumes itself. Cookie versus Addict. An old basic, I wasn't obviously streaming, but do my research. Season 7 rivals, of course. When Cookie comes out of the pits, Addict's going to be all over him here. He's on the super soft tyre. 1 stop for Addict, 2 for Cookie. Toto comes out of the pits on these super softs as well. We go for a cigarette, guys, in a few minutes. As the race seems to have calmed down a bit, we're going to go on board with Kanincha. Here we go. I've been waiting for this to happen. Kanincha's beginning to catch up with Notorious now. 3rd position and 4th position battle. Notorious, the only guy here who hasn't stopped. Will he be braving a 1-stopper? You'd assume Tough Kev will be going to the end on them with 35 laps on them tyres. They may not go. I think Kev is going to be just aiming for Splash and Dash. Notorious indicating that he is pitting. Kanich gets as much toe as he can. Notorious, good effort there. Will he come out in front of Toto? You'd absolutely fucking assume so, wouldn't he? He's about 50 seconds a gap. Notorious, I believe, will be coming out just in front of Owlsat. If he comes out in front of Biddy, that's an achievement, of course, because that's the guy he was directly in front of on track while everyone was going around without stopping. But will Notorious get Winchester's a good question. Knows the answer when he's flown past him. Renault's bad season last year has given Notorious a bit of chance coming out the pits. Owlsat's going to be with him. This is going to be mighty close. Owlsat, if he gets a good line, which he does actually. Owlsat's done a really, really good job here. Renault sandwich, a yellow sandwich. I'm sorry, Biddy and Wise Dog are basically running 9th and 10th again. But obviously pit stops now, and Notorious has come out on the super soft tyres, so he's going to begin to catch up with Winchester again. 8.8 seconds when he did on Notorious there, for having a huge undercut. But then when he's obviously going to be on the... Oh, and how's that? Smashes through the polystyrene. Great save by Alzat there. Really good save. That's put him right into the path of Wise Dog. Tough Kev is there as well. Big Stu is running in 5th position, folks. What a fucking race he's put in. So Stu will be looking to come out in front of... If he pits, he'll be in front of Cookie. That's basically how it's going to work. He'll come out just in front of Biddy, I believe, or just behind Biddy, with Cookie behind him. Addict in 12th. This is really helping Biddy out in the battle with Addict, at least. Alzat is just losing it everywhere here. We're going to go on board with Wise Dog. Just watch from the TV pod angle. Let's watch watch Alzat, sorry, from behind. As you see here, Alzat very, very shaky at the moment. Alzat needs to regain focus really, really quickly. Otherwise, Wise Dog's going to pounce and move to 8th place. And Big Stu pits. Great recovery drive from Stu here. It'll be top 10 for him as long as he just keeps a clear head. But we're on board now with Alzat. Wise Dog just behind him. Biddy not a million miles away either. All these guys are going to overtake Big Stu. Still currently being serviced, I believe. He's just been released now. Cookie is not going to be overtaking him at all. Wise Dog just following him along. Notorious has come out of the pits in 6th. Behind Winchester in 5th, so it's exactly almost the same running as it was before. So Michelangelo, Thomas, Halo and Cookie with the fastest lap in a Taro bloody Rosso. Fuck my life. That probably will get beaten at some point, but still, heck of an achievement there. Just showing that he's still a class driver, of course. Les Paul, 8 temps down now. I'm going to go to Les Paul and see what he's up to here. Putting pressure on Kinich for the final podium position. Les Paul going for 2 podiums back-to-back. Kinich going for his first of the season, of course. I believe that's the case. Give me a minute. Kinich is literally sitting on... When this loads up, 26 points, so he's not had a podium at all, Kinich. He needs one. One of the top half drivers, of course, one of the upper echelon of drivers, Kinich. You don't want him to be down at the bottom of the grid, bottom of the order. So Les Paul there, we're going to go on board now with, I believe, Toto has actually caught Addict up here. Addict's not enjoying this one bit at the moment. It's surprising to see the championship holder, the kind of champion, 3 times over. Sorry guys, 3 times over he's won the championship, and he's currently sitting in 12th position. You know, but obviously, like I said, Addict is a master of just finishing races, getting himself to the end. Obviously, he does make mistakes. He's not, well, as we've seen in this Grand Prix, he's not absolutely infallible to making mistakes. I mean, there was a question of whether he would be occasionally, but, you know, he's done that business here. Wise Dog with DRS, but none for Biddy. Interesting. Can afford to run in lean mix. Big Stu will be hounding him very soon, though. You can imagine, as long as Stu, and he did come out in 10th position, great prediction there by myself, he will be on the back of Biddy, 8th and 9th position this battle's for. Cookie in 10th, Addict 11th, Toto right behind him in 12th. We'll have a flick onto that battle in a moment. But I've noticed that Les Paul has caught Kinich again here. He always seems to at this particular part of the track. So let's have a look now. Where are they? Here we go. Running through. Wise Dog gets Alzat. Sorry, forgive me guys, I was a little bit oh, and he's lost a bit of wing. Alzat loses wing there. Wise Dog gets the move done for 7th place. What's Alzat going to do? What's happening here? He's going to go for a move back. He's got the move done, but Alzat, this is dangerous because he's got no wing here. Alzat's end plates are both completely smashed. Biddy is all over the back of this group as well. This battle has just sprung out of fucking nowhere all of a sudden. Alzat, when he was close, he runs wide, having no wing is really, really negative. And Wise Dog shouldn't have cut that corner. Will he get the position back? And it's going 3 wide! Here we go! We've been waiting for this for fucking ages. Biddy backs out of it. Alzat and Wise Dog, side by side, nearly an hour into the stream here. Lap 25.57. Alzat amazingly holds on. He's going to have to pit in again. He's due a pit stop, interestingly enough. So that's kind of worked in handy. He's not pitted. This is going to prove absolutely lethal for him. We're going to go on board with Biddy on the TV pod cam here. Wise Dog goes for a move, he just thinks again of it. Biddy just braking very nicely there. Sticking behind 9th position, of course, Biddy. Big Stu is really loving this battle because he's in 10th position, just racking up the 10ths every so often. Already done a 3.4 from 7.8 when he came out the pit. Stu is flying, by the way. So Alzat with damaged wing, Wise Dog and Biddy with none. They both will be clearing him. It's all about whether they'll be patient and wait for Auzat to make that mistake. He's usually making Toto and Addict. I believe Toto's just moved back into 12th position. Addict down to 13th. Addict, of course, not exactly having the best race of his life. He needs to pit soon, of course, as well. But we're going to stay on board with Biddy's TV pod cam. Auzat just runs. Biddy just takes that corner. So, hey, hello there. And a lag there. There we go. Get back into sync. As we see Auzat in 7th, Wystock 8th, but this is the battle on track at the moment. 3 wide, a lap ago. And Auzat runs wide again. Wystock, the two collide. Oh, Auzat just shut the door right in Wystock's face. But that's going to benefit Biddy. He is on lean mix. Why the fuck not save some fuel while you're just kind of sitting there chilling for a bit? So it is Auzat running in 7th. Still, he's going to have to pit soon. He's going to come out behind Toto and Addict here. Lenny doing well and Tough Kev doing very well. The pair of them still go. Paul Tuke, the early casualty at the end of Sector 2. And Wystock here. We're going to go into the broadcast cam and onto Wystock's car. And Big Stu, you see in the background, looking very ominous. And here comes Wystock. This is a bad move. He should have gone down the outside of someone with bad damaged wing. He's gone for the switchback, which gives Biddy a perfect opportunity to go for his own version of the move. And Auzat's escaped, but Biddy is all over him now. And Big Stu, you cannot count out that Red Bull here. The sole remaining Red Bull after Paul 2K crashed off. Awesome running here so far. Great race. We're only a couple of laps away from half distance. I was going to go for a bleeding cigarette. Once again, the guys have said I can't do it because they're too busy fucking battling again. So hurry up and finish. Right, so Big Stu. And Wystock got him. Wystock got Auzat ran wide. So Wystock is up in the 7th position here. Auzat's just fighting for every single thing he can get, but he can't get anything from this battle at the moment. Awesome racing by these guys. Mistakes coming every so often, but that's what you don't want perfect, right? It'd be boring, wouldn't it? And Auzat's going for the move on Wystock here. Auzat really must be getting a little bit frustrated here. The fact that Wystock in the slower car is quicker than him, or overtaking him, it would seem. Auzat's much more pace, but obviously, what really can you do with damaged wing? He should have pitted in a few laps ago. Bit the bullet, really. Big Stu in the back. Oh, Stu does not want to do that. I believe he's going to... No, he survived. Auzat runs wide again. He's going to watch out because Biddy's there. Biddy running in 9th position here. Auzat in 8th. Will Biddy be able to do anything about Auzat at all? Will Auzat be able to do anything to stop the 3 cars around him? Wystock here should just get away. Absolutely dart away. Auzat's only made 1 stop. He needs to pit in again. And Biddy, hey, gets the toe off Auzat, who finally pits in. But then don't forget, Biddy now has to hold off Big Stu, who also is on fresher tyres than Biddy and harder tyres. You see Cookie in the background very, very nicely making his way back up through the field after his early misdemeanour. He's currently running in 10th. And I think Auzat may have cost himself 13th position here, or 12th position. He should have just pitted. He would have been alright. Toe's got him. Addict's got him. He's going to be coming out just in front of Lenny, I believe. Or will he? I don't think he will. Lenny's got him. Tough Kev running off the field, of course, here. Not having a good moment. We're going to watch now Big Stu. As Big Stu goes around the S section, he's had a lot of problems here in the past. I do remember way back in the day, me and Big Stu had a 1-2 in the co-op. Big Stu clipped that curb from leading by a mile, hit the wall. I, of course, made a mistake in the pits as well. But that day was one of my favourite races, actually, in RRL, to be fair. Awesome drive from the pair of us. We're both driving a Ferrari on that day, if you guys wanted to know. But anyway, moving on. You see here then, will Biddy be able to hold back in on Wystock? This was the initial battle before, obviously, Auzat made that mistake and brought himself back into the fray. But Big Stu, awesome colour of Stu's helmet there, bright blue, almost like a sort of neonic sort of metallic chrome blue. It looks really cool, especially on the Red Bull. Obviously, the Mercedes, which he's been in quite a lot recently, Big Stu, you know, and obviously being in the Renault last week, it doesn't look as good as what it does in the Red Bull. Stu will be hoping not to drive this car again and move up the field and move up on and up with the championship fight. Michelangelo, 3.7 seconds out clear, and Big Stu all over the back of Biddy now. Will he be able to do anything about him? Let's have a little look here. This is going to be Wystock being the absolute cork in the bottle for Notorious, who is catching Winchester ever so slightly, of course. From 8 to 3, Big Stu, the two founders, side by side going into the first corner. Big Stu's gone for the pair of them. Oh, go on, kid, what a move! Oh, yes, move of the day so far, but it's not over between Wystock and Biddy either. Big Stu, the bloody guts and the balls to do that after the shit he's had this last couple of seasons. Big Stu, doing a double overtake. Hopefully that will spark off his championship challenge. Addict is in the pits. He'll be falling, I believe, behind Tough Kev. Addict will be at the back of the grid here. Not what he needs. for his championship scrap. He doesn't need this. But if you look here, we have here Biddy and Wiseau continue the battle, ironically, once again for 8th position, the same way it started off. So we'll run through now. Cookie's not a million miles behind these two either. Biddy at the moment is currently 6 places higher. I believe that's 12 points higher than what Addict's currently on. Round about that figure. Of course, you've got cars who are higher up than Biddy, of course, in the standings. He is, of course, our de facto championship leader at this present time, as long as he maintains himself in the race. So we're going to basically stay on this battle, folks. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Just going to go for a quick flag at half distance. Back in 2. Return to the action as Winchester pits, as does Wise Dog. So we now see Cookie. Oh goodness me, I'm coming straight back into the action. Clinch there. I believe that Notoru is actually up there. Michelangelo pitted from the lead. Michelangelo now, I believe, will be going to the end on these tyres. He's currently running in 4th. We're going to get on board with the battle with Cookie and Biddy. Basically back where we were just before we had to head off for a quick fag. Back in lap 30. Just over half distance now. We'll hopefully be here till the end of the race, depending on my cravings and other shit that happens. So basically, Cookie is there battling with Biddy now. Almost, he's hunting Biddy down. Fresher tyres for Cookie, of course. But will Biddy be able to do it? Cookie is way over his fuel load, but that's not a problem with the dark black helmet. Jesus Christ, somebody a array of helmets here. F1 really has given it. And we've got Owlsat here and Wisestock battling in the background. These two maintain their battle, and Wisestock has jumped Owlsat. Very interesting to point out that, by the way. We've got two battles. Oh, Cookie spun! Cookie in the wall! Oh, he clipped the curb on the right and spun. Another miserable moment for Cookie in his this league for him. This season's been awful. And Owlsat and Wisestock are literally nose to tail here. So more incidents. Jesus Christ, Cookie coming back in for a new wing. This lap will devote him right to the back of the field here. He'll be coming out right around about, well, round about Addict, theoretically. That'd be good to see them two have a little bit of a scrap at the back. Owlsat with DRS and the Ferrari. He should really make mincemeat of Wisestock now. But will he? Because Wisestock's on fresh super soft, so Wisestock gone for another stop before the end of this race. So, here we go. Let's basically run through this now. We've got a battle here for 8th position. I mean, it's no 12th position now. I was watching the battle for 8th a minute ago. Toto and Lenny resumed their battle from earlier on in the race before Lenny made that mistake. Oh, how's that clips like it? But that's actually helped him out a little bit there. He's given a bit more momentum. Moving on towards this. Well, why would you do this? No, he's going to go for a move. How's that? Very, very smart there. Gets himself back into the slipstream of Wisestock. Cookie with a fight. Oh my God, Cookie with more problems. 5 seconds stop goal penalty for Cookie. I don't think he'll be pitting against that. I'll be added on to his time at the end. And Lenny makes a move on Toe. Will he be able to get the move done? Toe is really, really good at this first corner, but no answer for the Mercedes here today. Toto relegated to 10th position. And Owlsat's got Wisestock, but Wisestock has a fight back. No go. Owlsat makes his move stick. So he moves up there into 11th position, of course. Tough Kevin to 13th. You see Addict there. He's going to be 14th, so Cookie is going to be dead last. Medium tyres till the end. Oh, is he going to be dead last though? Addict and Cookie are going to be close. Addict's... Oh, look at this! Addict just jumps him. There we go. What a move. This is Les Paul now. Up onto the back of Kaninch. Will he be able to get in? These two have been pretty much running in this way. And Michelangelo gets into the 33s. I think that may even be beaten before the end. Beats Cookie's lap of 1 minute 34.0 earlier in the Grand Prix. So there is the fastest lap of the race so far. Michelangelo on the move. Thomas Halo, of course, will be pitting in at in a few laps' time also. Halo will have fresher tyres at the end of the Grand Prix, of course. Michelangelo will be going to the end, you'd assume, on those tyres. If not, then Halo has been gifted this race. And my prediction of one of them three to win it is going to be true. The other guy who I predicted, Lenny, is currently running in 9th position after having an incident-filled race. But good to see all these guys still going. Big Stu, of course, is still running in 6th position. Good drive by him. Biddy 7th. Another good drive for Biddy. Great drive for Biddy in the McLaren. 7th place. One more pit stop to make, of course. But now we're on board with Les Paul. But he's got to watch out because the de facto race leader, Michelangelo, Kaninch made a bit of a mistake there too. If you just saw that up front, a little bit of going skew-whiff around the corner. Here comes Michelangelo then. He may as well just wait until the main straight. Michelangelo realises this, and he of course is running in cockpit cam with no assist. Michelangelo doing exceptionally well in that Merc. Hell of a driver, Michelangelo. We've got our first viewer, extra viewer. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have there Michelangelo on the back of Les Paul. What a run out of that corner from Michelangelo. This should be mincemeat for him. Easy peasy, bread and butter stuff. Will he wait till the next corner? No, he doesn't. He just gets the move done into the final corner. You rarely see people make that move stick, and he's done it, which means he's going to have a run at Kaninch as well here. Will he be able to get anything done? He's going to be a long way back, but obviously the Mercedes has slightly more power than that Ferrari. I think it's too far back to make too much of an impact. Will he just settle for 3rd, or will Les Paul have a little bite back at him? Michelangelo, nice on the break in there. He's done Les Paul now, so Michelangelo needs to get past Kaninch, and then it's now a straight fight between himself and Halo for that race lead. I think he's going to do it here. Will he be able to get the... It looks so slow, doesn't it? But these guys are running at over 180 miles an hour going into that corner. 170 at least. Michelangelo makes easy work at Kaninch and moves himself back up into 2nd position. Weisdog and Alzat. This battle still rages on as we're into Sector 2. Weisdog's on course for his fastest lap by a mile here. A second quicker than his previous fastest. Will he be able to do anything about the Ferrari? I don't think so, but out there come up to Toto here, who is, of course, still working for his 2-stop strategy. That'll be put into fruition in the next few laps if he comes back in for soft tyres. But here comes then Weisdog and Alzat, both catching Toto Wolff here. Kaninch and Les Paul, you can never forget that battle here, of course. And of course, Michelangelo has been prone to the odd mistake too, so this race is far, far, far from over. 25 laps to go, 24.5 laps to go. And the 3 cars, Toto, Alzat and Weisdog, the battle for 10th position there, rages on another lap. We're going to go back up to the battle for 3rd and 4th, or 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Michelangelo, you'd imagine, will escape. If Thomas Halo pits in now, he will get them tyres to the end comfortably. It all then remains to be seen what Michelangelo will do. He did pit in very early from his stint on the Supers. Halo goes another lap, which means that Michelangelo is going to catch him up significantly so. Les Paul's not running DRS. Why not? You'd assume that he would be running it. Is he just always on lean? Ah, very clever. He's getting dragged along here. I like that. I like that sort of impetus here. Les Paul, quite intelligent driving actually, looking back on it. And you see, oh, I thought that was a car spinning then, but it's not, I don't think. Biddy's still running in 7th. We're going to go back to the battle here between Toto Wolff, Weisdog, and Alzat. Weisdog kind of bring up the tail of this battle here in 12th position, 18 clear of Tough Kev. If you'd assume that this will be the lowest any of these guys will finish before the end, barring any mistakes. Of course, you know, we have got Alzat, who has been quite a loose cannon at times in this league. You never know, though. Anything can happen in this race. Anything can happen in Grand Prix racing, full stop. The gap up front seems to have spread out to a 2nd apiece. So, as you see, it seemed that Kaninch survived Les Paul's onslaught again, it would seem. Toto missing the apex up front there. You saw that, in fact, all 3 of them did. I think Weisdog and Alzat did a much better job at getting the corner. You see Alzat there. Look at this. You just seem beginning to get a little bit impatient, it almost seems. Alzat there in the Ferrari just in front. But look at the speed differential between Alzat and Toto here. Alzat's going to make the move. No, he's not. He's thought better of it, but she's going to give Weisdog a bit of a run. Look at these two so close together up front. And we're going to go up back into broadcast mode from Alzat's perspective, the guy in the middle of this scrap. Running now down towards turn 4. Nothing doing so far. Cookie is on the back of Addict. This is going to be quite interesting to see how these two turn out. Addict's not in any way, shape or form threatening at all. This race really lacks performance from him. And Alzat's made a move on Toto. That's a bit silly, because that was going to give Weisstock a bit of a better... He's got a better run. Oh, no, it's not. Fucking runny nose. So here we go. The battle rages on again. And I was at take. He did get in front of Toto there, but obviously not in a way that he'd like to. We're going to go back on board with Weisstock on the TV pod cam, going down the straight, watching Alzat trying to get Toto Wolff in. Lap 35 and 57 for the race leaders. And Alzat's gone, oh, he's nudged Toto. Oh, Jesus Christ, which gives Weisstock a little bit of a run at him. This battle is raging on here. Let's watch this here. Alzat runs wide again. Oh, he's going to have to kind of bring it back into the track. Is he going to be able to do it? He does hit the curb. Weisstock maintains the gap behind, so Toto holds on for now. 10th position for Toe. 11th Alzat. They both need higher finishes than this if they want to really make their mark in the championship. Weisstock, of course, just following down in 12th. And look at this, look at this. Let's watch this from TV pod again. Here we go. Toto goes defensive. Alzat calls his bluff. Weisstock, if he gets himself involved, bit of a nudge there from Alzat to Toe. You saw that. Weisstock rides that curb very nicely. Just trying to find a way through. Still a three-car battle here. Hopefully this doesn't end in tears for any driver. Renault's front wing is so slack compared to others. Michelangelo with a 33-1. He's really beginning to ramp in Thomas Halo here. Halo is literally going as far as he can on them softs just to get to the end of the Grand Prix. And there's still battle raging on. Tough Kev isn't making any impact on this at all. There's another three-car battle just behind the 13th position. Goodness me, we need two people here. Jesus. And Addict and Cookie are hauling in Tough Kev. Now this is an interesting battle. Les Paul pits in from 4th, hoping for the undercut on Kaninch. Interesting to see if he does manage it. I think Les Paul will be going on to the soft tyre. Kaninch going for the super soft. Good tyre management for these two. Two of the best tyre managers in this whole field, it would seem, these two. Kaninch and Les Paul. And amazingly, I think Les Paul has come out of the pits in front of Notorious here. He has comfortably, which gives guys like Kaninch and Thomas Halo hope that, well, obviously Thomas Halo, of course. And Biddy pits in. This is Biddy's final stop, dragging them super soft tyres all the way through. I believe he's dragged them quite far. I think he's put 16, 17, 19 laps on the tyres for Biddy. 18, sorry, then 35. You see, Biddy will be coming out just behind this scrap here for the three-car battle. Toto, we're going to go on board and look at it from a different perspective here. Toe, you see Alzat there. We'll go back on the broadcast very quickly because Alzat's gone down the inside here and he's not going to make that stick. He's got way too much spin into the corner. Toto, what a move to get back in front of him. And Alzat, oh, he's lost wing. Alzat loses wing. Alzat, oh, too quick on the accelerator. Alzat's race is pretty much spent. But now with wing damage, you see Alzat now with Weisstock all over the back of him. Weisstock all over the back of Alzat now. Phenomenal driving from all three guys. Alzat just outbraked himself a little bit. He's going to have a lot of problems. He's gone for the move on Toto. This is too aggressive. Alzat's almost losing his head a little bit here. Kev, Addict and Cookie still there. Biddy just behind in 12th position. He's not due another pit stop. He will, of course, move up ahead of these three with Lenny, a target, of course, in 8th position. Winchester having a great drive. Notorious having a really good drive here, of course, in 5th position. Big Stu likewise in 6th. Not really been involved in much battling since the start, those guys. We're transfixed here at the moment to Weisstock, Alzat and Toto, with Addict and Tough Kev as well. These two are old rivals. So Alzat and... oh, Toto's ran wide! I believe Toto may have gravelled it there. Slightly with the left rear, and there goes Alzat, and there goes Weisstock. But will Toto be able to fight back? And Weisstock's got to be very careful here. He's got the car behind him of Toto and the car in front of Alzat. Literally not knowing what Alzat's going to do, he pits, which gives Toto a perfect run on him. Let's go into broadcast cam here. You see Alzat pitting in, and here comes Toto Wolff. Kaninch, of course, does have a 5-second stop-go, of course, which is going to give Les Paul the position finally. And Toto thinks better about making a move into turn 1. The battle for 9th position now. Thanks to Biddy pitting in, the battle, of course, went from 9th to 9th and 10th. Alzat losing his wing a little bit there. He, of course, will be coming out, I believe. Look at Addict. Addict all over the back of Kev. And does him. Or does he? Because Kev is still there on the inside now. As we switched over to darkness, Addict is still there. He's had an incident there already this race. Great driving by the reigning champion. Maybe he's a lot lower down than what he'd want to be. And you see there, I believe that's Michelangelo coming to lap these two as well. Kinich laps his teammate. Les Paul gets the fastest lap, of course. I was like, give himself a bit of a switchback move there. Toto and Wisedog still battling. We had the fastest lap. I believe that was Lenny who just got that. I'll have to just confirm that now. It was Les Paul, sorry, 33-1. Incredible lap there by Les Paul. Making real work on them tyres. Notorious pits in from 5th position it was. So he will probably fall behind Winchester in the sweepstake. We might not actually. He does. He does. On a crash in sector 2. Who is it? How's that's gone off? Oh, he didn't hit the wall though. It was just a quick spin. No problem there. Cookie is just completely alone at the back of this field now, just going round, I think, for the sake of getting points. Toto pits. This is for the undercut on Wisedog. And will he be able to keep in front of Owsat as well? There's a lot of factors here. I think he should do, based on the wing damage. And it just done Toto. He's left him. Sorry. And, well, yeah, well, he's left Toto, and of course has left Tough Kev as well. Going to the end, you'd assume, Addict now. Race, I believe, will get a little bit quieter from this point onwards. And you just see in the background there, Michelangelo reeling Thomas Halo in. Halo needs to think about pitting soon. Very soon. Pardon me. That is what you like to hear. Burping on stream. Yeah, wrapping the power. So we are now rolling here. Tough Kev. Catching on it. This is the closest thing to a battle on track at the moment. Interesting to see because we now have Notorious, oh sorry, not Notorious, Michelangelo following suit in 2nd position, coming up to lap 12th. Thomas Halo, I believe, has lapped up to Biddy. Yep, there's Thomas Halo behind, so Thomas Halo has lapped up to Biddy in 10th position. Biddy, of course, is going into the end, you would imagine, on those tyres. Not many other pit stops due to come. I believe that Wisedog will be pitting in again. Interesting to see what Wisedog does in kind of sort of contention with Toto. That's who his battles with this race. Tough Kev, of course, you see the blues come out now, the blue flags come out. Kev very, very intelligently gets over to the left-hand side, but is he going to let him through? He's not lost any time. He's just going to have to let him through, slip back into the slipstream of Michelangelo. Great driving there by Kev. Lenny pits in. It's been a very scruffy race for Lenny so far. Will he be able to do Addict? It's going to be mighty close between these two. Lenny and Michelangelo. Sorry, Lenny and Addict. With Michelangelo, ironically, Lenny's teammate Breno, so that's the second set of teammates who are lapping each other in this race. Behind Karinch and Owsat. Very, very intriguing end to this race. We know that Michelangelo will be leading at some point. Runny fucking knows. Always when you're live streaming, every single fucking time. Well, most times. Or I'm just ill in general. All shit happens. Cookie with a 32.7. Showing he does have pace in this car, but, you know, when it's this stage, when you're 15th position out of 15, not really much you can do. Great turn up by the lads here, of course, today. So based on this, you'd assume that Thomas Halo, Michelangelo, Kaninch, Les Paul, Big Shoe, the field is going to bunch up. Winchester is the quickest of the slower cars in this race. No incidents for him. Winnie and Notorious are going to be battling it out here. Winchester may move to the lead of the championship, actually. He's not far behind Biddy, of course, in the table. As you see here in the background, Thomas Halo just behind Biddy. We're just going to pay attention to the blue flags here. Not got anything so far. I think he'll get something here. But will Halo be pitting? He does. Let's see where Thomas Halo comes out. Kaninch's tyres past this sell-by date as well. He's got a 5-second stop-go, so that'll relegate him to 4th position, you'd assume. Wisedog pits in. This is a key part of this Grand Prix. Also, Thomas Halo goes on super soft tyres. This is going to be intriguing. Kaninch this pit. Remember, he does have a 5-second stop-go. Bloody hell. Destroy his tyres all the way to the pitch. Graining on them instantaneously there. Unfortunate for Kaninch there. Les Paul comes flying past just as the Ferrari mechanics take to work. Kaninch pulls out the pits, and there goes Les Paul. Big Stu, it must be said, has had a fantastic Grand Prix here today. Even if he does a splash and dash, he'll only fall to 7th. It's about time to see Big Stu getting a result. He's had such bad luck He's gone from being seven laps down, and Big Stu pits in. Good call. Get yourself in for the splash and dash. Don't make any mistakes, Stu. Everyone's rooting for him here. Interesting choice. Oh, a wing change. That'll bring Lenny back into play. I think, no, he's miles ahead. Sorry, forgive me there. I was kind of a bit excited to myself there. But no, well, at least, saying that, Big Stu has been putting this performance in with half a wing. Good effort. We're going to see Notorious and Winchester potentially give us another scrap on track very soon. Addict Tough Kev Wisedog has jumped Toto by 8 seconds. 8 seconds there. Obviously, Wisedog and Toto were battling. And you see Owzat and Wisedog, and Toto still battling here. This late stage, 42 of 57. Still going hammer and tongue. Kev pits in. Another member of the Splash and Dash Club, it would seem. Does Kev have any wing damage? No, he doesn't, so it's a straight up pit stop. As we've seen Owzat again. Now, this has been a recurring theme. These two have had a fantastic battle this race. Owzat finally overtakes Toto, but he's not got the move done. Yes, he has. Toto has been a bane in disguise side all the way through the race. But Thomas Halo, this is a key moment. Will Halo be able to do anything about Michelangelo? That's going to be the key component at the end of this race. Will he be able to get the gap down? Michelangelo, of course, does have that Mercedes power advantage. That, of course, is obvious. Everybody knows that Mercedes are good, yada, 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 yada. But and look at Notorious and Winchester. Within a second of each other now. DRS for Notorious. This race has been non-stop fucking mental. So here we go then. Notorious is catching up a Winchester. DRS now. He is going to be right up his chuff at the end of this corner, you would assume. Racing for number 87. And he flies down now. We'll have a look at Winchester's number here. Can't really see that from here. The two of them battling wheel to wheel again. As we watch on board, this is the closest battle on track now officially. And Winnie runs wide. Winnie runs wide. And Notorious gets through. Notorious moves up into 5th position. Another opportunistic overtaking maneuver. Thomas Halo, 31.8. Michelangelo needs to be sort of thinking, maybe. He may need to do something here. Kanich, of course, will catch Les Paul. That gap may be a little bit too big to traverse. Owzat and Toto further back, still battling wheel to wheel. And Toto's got himself on the inside again. An incredible drive from these two. Toe is really giving it a good go here. The battle for 12th still rages on between the two of them. Notorious has got the better of Winchester, it would seem. Still DRSO for the Toro Rosso driver. Halo is reeling Michelangelo in a second and a half in a lap. But will his tyres give out and will Michelangelo be able to turn up the heat? We'll have a look at the fuel situation coming up very shortly. I believe the top 6 are now static in their positions. Big Stu, Biddy, great drives from Lenny. I gotta say, great comeback drive. Biddy, in terms of qualifying positions, is currently on course for the driver of the day, depending obviously on what the top 4 do. I have to say Notorious as well, though. Probably say Notorious driver of the day in this case. Depending on what happens at the end of this Grand Prix, and depending obviously if there's any mistakes you see in the background there. Wisedog is still on the back of Addict. Addict's actually overtaken Wisedog. How he's back at the 10th position, fuck him, Addict's had an absolute fucking stinker today. The intimidation factor is always there, though. There's always an intimidating presence when you are racing against the champion. You always think that, God, is he... He's champion for a reason, is Addict. He's just... I wouldn't say better than everyone else. He just manages... He shows the consistency level, but this is showing there is a couple of cracks in the shell. He was on course just by driving around at the back, just behind Biddy, or just ahead of Biddy it was at the time. No, it was, sorry, forgive me, it was behind. To really pick off positions. Biddy has picked him off. Addict has managed to fall back down the field, and he's remade it back up. Lenny, just simply for sheer tenacity, will be looked at for a great performance. Obviously, unlucky drive from Lenny, though, today. A lot of mistakes have landed his way. Winchester still with Notorious, by the way, just looking back at that one, but this should be a walk in the park here for Lenny. Forgiven the nose blow, guys, I may even pick it up a little bit here. There's no rain at Bahrain. I've actually had a wet career mode race at Abu Dhabi. Lap times go Rainer. Hopefully you don't get too critical over it, please. Position change, lap time, we'll go fastest lap. We've got 31.8 there from Tom Halo in a Force India. Not bad lap time from him. So here we go then. And guys have been singing your praises, Rainer, as well, from a lot of my streams. And here comes Lenny. Mercedes versus McLaren. Mercedes versus Honda, more the point. And Biddy then accepts defeat there straight away. Realises the danger. He's 11 seconds clear of Addict. No need to put himself under additional stress. So if you wanted to see that, basically we've got 31.8 as the fastest lap there, Rainer, from Cookie, who's catching Kev now. There is only a small gap here. We're going to go back on board with Biddy. He's not let Lenny go. The old coattail riding. It's realistic, it certainly is, mate. So Toro Rosso done a 31.8. So, hey, Rainer, even though you're AOR champion, you've got to give that some respect. That's a good lap in a Toro. I beat my best personal lap time. I'm league racing as well now, Rainer, by the way. I'm in SF1, GP2. Missed last week's race, but won my first two around Spain and Monaco. So be sure to check that out, buddy, if you haven't already. It is pretty good in the Toro Rosso. I mean, and look at Weisstock here, going for the reigning champ. Having to adjust his line. Addict driving very, very sound. 3 championships in a row for Addict. Toto is still with fucking hours up. For the love of fucking piss, guys, just have a break from each other. God, man, it's like a relationship that goes on too long. Just have a fucking break. Jesus. Michelangelo, Thomas Halo here is only 5.1 down. 5.1 down now on Michelangelo. 4.9 down. He's closing the gap again here. We're going to go on board with that battle soon because this is looking pretty tasty between these two. Addict and Weisstock. Weisstock makes a move on the reigning champion and it sticks. It actually sticks. Well in. Michelangelo's pitted. Wow. Really? And now it's the shoe is on the other foot. Halo. Oh, Michelangelo's out behind. The battle between Awazat and Toto. This is devastating for him. Aggravating more than anything you'd think. And Les Paul is not a million miles behind Michelangelo. Yeah, he is. He's completely miles behind him, actually. He's not going to be scrapping at all in that way, shape, or form. So, compliments there from Cookie from the AOR champion, Rainer. I believe it's AOR assist champion. Give him a bit of a shout out there. Aerial view to Michelangelo. 18.4. Michelangelo may mess this race up based on his strategy at the start of the Grand Prix. He is going to be fucking flying now. But Halo's tyres aren't worn enough. We may see a Force India victory here. Haven't seen one for such a long time. I don't think I've seen many in this league, to be honest with you. I think Kev got one. Potentially. I know he got a couple of Ferrari wins. I believe Winchester may have got one last season as well. But we're looking here now, running through. Thomas Halo, 17.9 ahead of Michelangelo. Then we're going to go on to this 24.8 back, 9 cars. Fucking burping again. Jesus, such a rude bastard. And again, have another one. 9 cars in the lead lap. Les Paul, 24 down on Thomas Halo. Michelangelo needs to really work on this. He has to beat Halo to move himself up the driver allocation order, the championship order. Winchester, Notorious, and Toto has done ours again. These two are still scrapping. For the love of God. But Toe has fuel problems. Awazat doesn't. Toe runs very wide again. He seems to have learned a new line for that corner because even though he does run wide, he can come out and defend very, very strongly. And you see, Addict is just up the road from these two now. And Michelangelo has to overtake all 4 of these guys. And Tough Kev here. Oh, I thought Kev was in front. I thought Kev held him up. And Awazat and these two are still going at it. An amazing battle here. Still side by side. Awazat yields. Toto, great move. But Awazat switches back. Toto, bit of contact, slight contact, a little bit more contact. Toto makes the move. Stick. He's back up to 12th. These two just do not like each other. Scrapping since the opening round of pit stops. Michelangelo, I think, had just thrown this race, it would seem. It's a shame. Strategy has ruined him. Winchester pits. That's bizarre. That's going to give Lenny a position, and potentially Biddy a position too. Big Shoes moved up to 6th position because of it. So we are watching the battle now, still between Owlsat and Toto. Pure entertainment between these two, but remember, they now have Michelangelo bearing down on them. So they've got to be mindful of that particular scenario too. Just over 10 laps to go, just under 10 laps to go now. Thomas Halo crosses the line. I haven't seen Halo win a race for such a fucking long time. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've called a Halo win, to be fair. I'm sure I've seen a fair few of them in my own time, but not while they're Michelangelo 31.6. These guys are about to cause a problem. They're going to have to get out of the way, because Michelangelo is coming through. Good driving by Toto. Didn't lose any time. This is going to be key. How's that backs out? But we're going to stick with these guys. How's had to race Michelangelo just to basically stay in front of Toto. Great driving by these guys to get lapped. Great awareness as well. And they still rage on behind them. Michael, oh, Toto runs a bit wide there. In the background, you see Toe, and he's overcompensating now. That's going to drop him back by about a few tenths of a second, maybe back to about 8 or 9 down. It is. It's about, well, nearly a second down, actually. Toe manages to regain focus. Race order. Thomas Hale, Michelangelo. Let's Paul jumped Kaninch, of course, based on Kaninch's 5-second penalty, of course, in the pit. But Kaninch is catching Les Paul. This is going to be an interesting scenario for the final podium position. Notorious comfortably 5th. Well, I say comfortably. Big shoes there, keeping him honest in 6th position. Lenny 7th. Great comeback drive from Lenny. Front row position, I believe Lenny got, but obviously nothing more you can really do about that. He's had a lot of crashes. Winchester 8th. Good drive by Lenny. Coming for the splash and dash, just really to kind of hopefully make some ground on Lenny. Biddy, great drive in 9th. Notorious currently on course for driver of the day. Of course, well, there's going to be a top 3 for driver of the day. I'll let you guys vote on who you think it is in the comments. Please be sure to do so, as Michelangelo is about now to overtake Addict, lapping the champ. That doesn't happen very often, not in this discipline. I think the last time this happened, I don't even know when the last time it happened. I think without incidents, Addict very nicely. Obviously, it's interesting. We've spoken about a lot during our old ESR days. When you're the championship, and obviously in real F1 as well, when Hamilton got lapped in Mexico, when you're racing at the front all the time, as Addict has been, you know, during the equal cars, and obviously putting his McLaren really high up in the grid order, you do get the kind of sense and feeling that you have to get out of the way for people when they come past you. Now 3 cars within 1.7 seconds of each other. In that one there. That's good to know. Let's run through now. We've only got just under 9 laps to go. Just under 8 at the start of this. We're coming on to lap 50 now for the race leaders. Michelangelo, it seems too little too late. Les Paul seems to have enough life in them tyres to stop Kaninch getting dangerously close to him. With Toto Wolff now. Toe has had a really good drive. No incidents for Toe this race. Just simply has lacked the pace to really fight at the top of the field, like, you know, like Thomas Halo, of course, has done. Toe went a lot more conservative in Halo's attacking tyre strategy. But here comes Owsat. Another one about to overtake the champ. Addict's had a mare today. I don't think I've ever seen Addict overtaken this many times in one race. Oh, he shut the door! Addict shuts the door there! And Owsat goes around the outside anyway. The 2 cars collide. And what a move by Owsat. Makes the move stick. Up into 11th place over the champ. Addict, great defensive driving. And look at Toto now. Toto having a crack at him. I love that the car allocations do bring out awesome battles with people that you wouldn't usually expect to see battles with. So it's good to see Addict and Toe having their own battle. Owsat in there as well. Owsat's pretty quick, but you know, at the end of the day, he's prone to mistakes. Owsat here probably will be running in a Mercedes next week, actually saying that. Depending obviously what happens with the rest of the field. I'll be confirming that at the start of next week's stream. As I said, I do start myself a new job on the 20th of February. So my streams may be few and far between, of course. That'll be confirmed in due course. Toto is still hammer and tongue over the back of RL Addict. Just under 7 laps to go for the leaders. Oh, how's that gone? And he's out as well. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Finally gets Addict and plows it off the curb into the wall. Game over. See Kev now. Looks at Owsat on the left. tragic for Hauser. Heartbreaking. Did he finish? Is the question. He's going to go back towards Addington Toe. That may have been the last on-track dispute. We'll just double check now if Hauser did finish last week. He did. He did finish, so he's going to be... Oh, Toto! Jesus! Oh, yeah, Toe goes across the grass. Where's he going? He's retired. Why? Oh, his wheel's off! What the fuck happened there? Toto, did he finish last week? He did. His first retirement of the season, Toto. Good grief. How was that? I think Toe was just in a sympathy crash. Based on that, I don't think there's any more battles on track now. So we're going to basically focus now on Michelangelo hauling in the race leader. It's nowhere near enough time left to do it, but Kaninch is possibly the guy to make the move. A shocking transpiration of events between Hauser and Toto, fitting they both crashed off within half a lap of each other as well. But just a pure amazing Grand Prix here. You see Kev just hanging fire behind Kaninch. Kev picks up an unlikely 12th position there. He wasn't really going to be fighting with them guys at all. Cookie likewise. Who's had a shocking Grand Prix, it must be said. 4 tyre stops for Cookie. As that leaves the session, you can imagine that. Toto's obviously being the host, he has to wait till the end. As heartbreaking as that is. So Halo, Michelangelo, Les Paul, driver on board with Kaninch. Notorious, good drive in 5th position on course for drive of the day, it would seem. Big Shoe will be in that top 4-5 talk. But my top 3 guys, I don't give numbers, I'm just not going to no particular order. This is where we're going to go. We'll do that on lap 55. Back in 1 second, just grab some kitchen roll, guys. Nose is running back in 2. Again, sorry guys, just fucking sneezing fit there. Just had to go and grab myself a bit of kitchen roll. So Big Shoe has really shown that he can drive now. We've always known he's had potential. He's always been in and around the positions where he needs to be, but mistakes kill him off. Will this finally be a turning point for him? And there's Notorious just in front of him. This could be an interesting ending, especially with Kaninch and Les Paul also. Not sure about how the penalties have worked out here. A load of people have about 5-second penalty for stop-go. But in terms of corner cut, I think it's just Toe that had one, so he's gone. Of course, 3 retirements, 2 in quick succession, of course. Michelangelo has thrown the race win here. Well, not thrown it, but strategy-wise has thrown it. Pretty much immediately after this, folks, Forest Green Kramer will make an appearance. You'll be seeing that live on the channel. That will come up at around about between 15:15 and 10:30, depending on how long it takes me to upload this video, of course. So that is next up on the channel, closing in on my 400th video, where I may be doing something special. I don't know yet. I may wait till the big 500, big Arthur K, to be able to get a nice video surprise out there. Need more subs to be able to give away more stuff. Please be sure to sub and follow to the Twitch and YouTube and Twitch channels, respectively. So, how's that for battling? Move of the race is Big Stew. Definitely move of the race. Excellent double overtake on Wise Dog and Biddy. Biddy has won the Wise Dog sweepstake. Biddy, of course, is going to be a talk for driver of the day as well. And of course, you have to put then one of the top runners, which I'm going to give it to Thomas Halo for master manipulating a strategy here to get himself up there and fighting in a position where he is winning this race. Of course, he's lapped 8th position now. Lenny has ran wide. Needs to watch out, Lenny. He's running in the lead. What's wrong with Lenny here? What's going on with his car? Steel was broadcasting, one of my other friends. Good luck with your Player Unknown Battleground stream, fella. My laptop tells me just after I wish him luck. Cheers for that, mate. So not the most successful stream for views, but who gives a fucking shit? It's been great racing. It's your own fault for missing it. So Notorious and Big Stu. This is the end of race battle. Stu is hauling him in. Will he be able to do it? His tyres are fresh, Stu. They'll be fresh for another lap or two. He's running in lean, which is a bit surprising. Notorious running his stand. Notorious has got the fuel just to blitz it to the end, so shouldn't really have too many problems. But that Red Bull over the Renault, of course, Renault being the works car, Red Bull being the kind of factory supplier team, which is very interesting. Interesting to see how this battle pans out with 4 laps to go. Just over 4 laps for these two, just under 3 for the front runners. A minute 15 behind the leader, the final 2 cars on the lead lap. Big Stu did make a bit of a mistake, it seemed. They go into the final corner. No, it wasn't, it was Kaninch. So I'm looking at the wrong gap, which means Kaninch is hauling Les Paul in, and this is going the distance. Obviously, the final lap here, Thomas Halo. He's going to be given a lot of coverage. I don't think I've recorded a video with Tom. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. Big Stu's left! What's happened? Oh, he needs to get back in! Winchester behind Lenny, 1 second gap. As you see here, the Force India of Halo is just in front. So Lenny, what's happened to Big Stu though? He'll be granted his points. I think he did leave quite late into. He needs to get back in. Just get back in as quickly as possible. See, this is why you don't block me, guys. I can bring you back into the race. I can bring you back in. I need to get all the RL guys to unblock me, because then I've got ability to bring them all back in. Whether you hate me or not, I am the guy who can bring you back into this lobby. Les Paul and Big Stu, he's not even back yet. Tragedy strikes for Big Stu. He's joined, he's back in. Right, okay, he managed to get back in. Good stuff, Stu. Get yourself back in. Well, there goes his... it's bad luck, but in a different vein now for Big Stu. He would have caught Notorious. He probably would have given him a right run for his money on 56. But obviously the AI needs to go and join his car quick before the end of the Grand Prix. He gets unclassified as far as I'm aware. Or I think he'll get classified back onto the... Well, no, it'd be fine, money. Sector 3, who's gone off? Someone's gone off in Sector 3, who is it? But what is Big Stu's car doing? It's made him pit. Stu's lost out completely. I'll volley for him to get him into his position. Big Stu's car has made him pit. Controversy. I'll back his corner. I will back his corner. He's not on his car yet. He's back. Stu is back. What a joke. Still a yellow flag in Sector 3. What is going on in Sector 3? But that's where Big Stu joined the back up with the game. That is broken. Notorious now must be thinking, thank the fucking Lord for that. And Kaninch and Les Paul here. Lap 56. Yellow flag cleared up finally. 2 battles on the track. 1 for 6th. The other, more importantly, for the final podium position here. Kaninch is probably loving this because he's actually getting some TV time for a fucking change at the end of a race. Another battle here. Biddy and Weiss took 3 battles unfolding right before our eyes. I think Big Stu will be gifted 6th position. Surely to God, that's where he was before the glitch. It's on stream. You guys, if you watch it right the way through, timestamp 106 minutes, you will see that he did jump back in. He didn't need to pit. There was no damage. It's taken him off a set of super soft tyres, which were fine. Bizarre times. Why am I on this camera angle, you fucking wet wipe? But we'll go back now to Weisdog and Biddy. Winchester hasn't got the oomph in his car, really, to do anything about the Mercedes. And you see Thomas Halo then on his final lap. We'll watch out for battles in the background. You see there Lenny and Winnie behind. He's literally left everyone up to 6th. Big Stu, just keep your head. I'm going to volley for him to get 6th. That's only fair, I guess. Really only fair. I can only say that's fairness personified, really. So Thomas Hill's just done things his way. He's done it all his own way so far. You see Lenny and Winnie in the background. Winnie loses control there. Don't want to do that when you're watching the final lap. Halo, 4th position, made light work of Les Paul. He managed to overtake Lenny with a great move as well down the inside very early on. Sat back from Michelangelo. He knew he wasn't as quick as him, or he was as quick but not quicker than Michelangelo. And we're going to go on board with Kaninch because this battle looks very intriguing on lap 57, of course. Here we go then. Thomas Halo, Michelangelo not a million miles away. Done the best he could. Thomas Halo completes the lap along with Biddy and Notorious for driver of the day. Thomas Halo wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Season 9 round 3 goes to Halo. Lenny just manages to hold on from Winchester for 6th. Any other battles ensuing on track? Kaninch. Going to go to the Biddy and Wystock battle. I think Biddy will hang on here. He definitely will here. Wystock, great Grand Prix for the pair of them. Even though they are pretty low down, they have both overcome quite good odds here. Big odds. And Biddy, no penalties for Biddy. First time in a while. Great stuff from Bid. And look at Les Paul! Look at Les Paul! Michelangelo comes across the second. Les Paul and Kaninch! Going to the wire! Les Paul just manages to hold on. And our final driver to complete, I believe Addict's coming round next. Addict, very, very lacklustre performance. Tough Kev, good to finish from his kind of tragic race, it would seem. No incident-packed race early on and just couldn't recover. Cookie, same likewise. Very disappointing for Cookie. And here comes Notorious now. One of the 3 guys nominated for driver of the day, along with Thomas Halo and Biddy for their positions gained. And for Thomas Halo's strategy to beat Michelangelo there. Kaninch, good drive, made it 2 places. Les Paul keeps his qualified position, ironically. And Notorious this time is the last one across the line. Good drive from him in 5th position. That's better. That was a hell of a race. That's the best this year so far by a mile. Battles everywhere. Thomas Halo comes out on top in the Force India. Great drive. And the podium celebration now. Cookie cannot wait to leave that lobby. And for once, a Mercedes or Ferrari don't grab the winner's medal. It is Thomas Halo in the Force India. And a Williams 3rd, Les Paul. That's going to really, really bolster up his tally. Get him right back up there. Biddy's left. He's had a good drive, Biddy. Got to give him credit. Just in the McLaren especially. That's why he's up in the top 3 for driver of the day today. So we have Thomas Halo with the fireworks in the background. Michelangelo 2nd, 10 seconds down. 5 guys on the lead lap. Big Stu will be... I think Big Stu's actually been given 6th. Big Stu, they let him through. They must have let him through. Big Stu does come home in 6th position. Good stuff. It's given him the position. So Kaninch 4th, Notorious, Big Stu, Lenny, Winchester, Biddy, Wystock, Addict, Tough Kev, Cookie. Your final finisher, Cookie, today. 1 lap down, of course. Toto, I was at Paul 2K, retired. This has been Positively Glad. Take it easy, much love. See you next week for Baku. Oh boy. See you then. Ta-ta for now.